Anyway, man, how are you doing? Are you having a good day? Did you win some?
Yeah, yeah. Today it was okay. Yesterday I was a little bit struggling.
I see. Well, that's fine. Yeah, I saw your message about the frustration with Terran Mech.
Oh yeah, yeah. I have a game. We can look at it later.
Cool. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah. So real quick, I believe when your friend sent you the information, you were Gold League, right?
I'm good leaking team games.
Okay.
In 1v1 I'm silver right now.
Okay. Cool. All right. So you're currently Silver League in 1v1 and Gold in is it 2v2 or team games? No, just do team games. Cool.
Yeah. 2v2 and 3v3.
Awesome. And do you have one certain goal in mind that you would really like to achieve?
Well, I'm playing I'm a developer, so I don't have much free time. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
playing like 15 games a week tops. So well, I think like the platinum is the tops I can get with that much time. But well, the thing is, I want to understand the game as a whole, not just make it one build.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the reason is to be a good player. Doesn't matter what league. Yeah, just
Okay.
have fun. You know.
All right. Yeah. So ideally, we wouldn't want to reach platinum, but mainly it's just to understand the game better and you know, have more fun.
Yep.
Cool. Awesome. So you said you currently can play 15 games a week, right?
Yeah.
Something like
Yeah.
that.
Like that.
Cool. Awesome. Now that's good. I'm always asking because some people have like the aspiration to become professional gamer or whatever, which means we would have to focus on some different strategies. But that's all good. Real quick for the people in this stream, can you guys read this just fine? If you give me the thumbs up, that'd be awesome. But anyways, cool. So, have you ever seen any kind of coaching before? Do you have like an idea of how I usually do these things? Or?
Oh yeah, I was I saw like most of yours coaching, like not the last one on YouTube, but like all of them.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. That means we can actually work on some very specifics. That's awesome. Cool. All right. Yeah. So do you have me added by any chance, or could you join the group LowkoTV? That'd be awesome.
I'm there, I guess. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
already
actually,
there.
I'm on the wrong server.
Yeah.
That would help. You guys can read it just fine. Awesome. Cool. All right. Sweet. So I believe you said you were practicing the +1/+1 road speed stuff, right?
Yep. Well, the main problem right now is that I get mostly like gold or silver guys which try to like rush me or
Mm-hmm.
cheese me with something. So most of games I die in early game. When I play through the early game, I usually win in the mid game, but the late game like depends what race I'm playing with. If it's Mac, then it's a big problem. Otherwise, it's quite okay. So,
Okay.
yeah, if we can focus on something right now, I would like to focus on the early game rushes and stuff and how to properly uh, like scout it and defend it.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, we can't just sort of not have a look at a certain matchup, which I think is fine. But just playing safe early game. I guess that could be our main goal for today at the very least. Because I totally see what you're saying. Like, if you get to the middle part of the game, thing is easy, or at least like relatively easy. But getting to that point is the scary bit, right?
Yeah, yeah, well, I'm okay with my macro.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can see my GG tracker that like the spending is okay for me, but well, to get there,
Cool. Could you link that one? I actually don't have the
yeah,
link right here.
sure.
Have a quick look. People are asking if you're from Czech Republic.
Yes, I am.
Cool.
Any viewers from Czech out there?
There's a whole bunch of Czech being said in the chat. Well, actually, it's not that much. I'm gonna try and pronounce this, okay? But I'm gonna completely mess it up. Ko ya muzu udelot ne yake all in. There you go.
What?
Hold on, I'll copy paste it in Skype. I have no idea what he said.
Shall we? Oh, yeah, yeah. One of my friends, we are playing the team games usually with
Uh-huh.
3 or 2 other guys, and one of them is good in early rushes like six
Mm,
pool, 10 pool, and this kind of shit. So
okay. Fair enough. Cool. Alright, I actually really like GG Tracker. I should probably start using that.
you're not using that.
No, I really should, shouldn't I?
Like it's so disappointing when you upload the game and you check your opponents and you see like nothing on one game year ago and so, like fuck, that should be like for everyone. Everyone
Yeah.
should use it.
It should be like something that Blizzard has. That would be awesome. Anyway,
Exactly.
so recently your macro has been regarded as high like masters. That's pretty sick.
Well, spending is quite okay. I'm just have problems to find the proper counter or decide whenever it's the time to switch from economy to the army and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but macro is okay.
Okay, yeah, I see. So APM currently around 70. That's fine. So you've been having a pretty solid win-loss overall. Can I actually get more information? Yeah, you can like see all of the different games that you've played as well. All right, pretty cool. Yeah, I believe you mentioned that you had the replay set up yourself as well, right? That you wanted to take a look at. So
Yeah, yeah,
I
2 of
probably won't
them.
need to download those. Cool. All right, yeah, but that's cool. Nice. I'll actually save a link to that as well. Sorcerer. Okay, so GG Tracker. Cool. Yeah, so let me actually make sure that I'm in that group as well. Nice. Yeah, I'm streaming a little earlier today, guys. Because, well, it turned out a little bit easier for you.
Yep.
Oh no, man, it's a Terran portrait. What is this?
Mine?
It's a Terran portrait.
Kerrigan.
Oh no, it's Kerrigan. Never mind. I thought it was Nova for a second.
No. How can I play Zerg and have a movie?
Exactly. Okay, so let me have a quick look at the career summary. Yeah, so you've been playing mostly team games, right? Yeah, you've been playing mostly 2v2s and 3v3s.
Yeah, I start playing 1v1 whenever the guys give me the gift cards. So yeah.
Oh, alright, you actually hadn't played any 1v1 before that?
No, no.
Ah, okay. Cool. Okay, so what we can do is maybe actually also have some, mostly focus on mechanics then, exactly like you were saying. Because those will actually carry over towards the team games as well. That's probably going to be pretty useful. Okay, so you mainly play 2v2s. Nice. Yeah, you actually had some, you were in bronze and silver for a long time, and now you've moved up to like gold in both, so it's what?
Yeah, pretty much.
Cool. Yeah, that's actually kind of funny. If you go to your 1v1 ranked matches, pretty much all of your games are against Zerg. You got 21 games against Zerg,
Yeah,
and only
yeah,
5
yeah.
against Protoss.
That's the thing. I don't know why. I'm just getting like there are only 2 type of players I'm playing with. One is with none, and it's usually diamond or platina in last season,
Uh-huh.
and the rest is Zerg for like bronze, silver, and whatever. Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
So, I don't know why. Like,
No, I don't know. Everyone just plays Zerg, apparently. The Silver League. Cool. Alright, yeah, let's just start off by having a look at a replay, and we'll just go from there. Cool. Alright, there's a couple Silver League players already in the chat. Mendoza's, we will likely need someone in a little bit, so if you could join group LowkoTV, that'd be awesome. Apparently it's only 8 in the morning in the US. It's kind of early. Anyway, if you could give me the party lead right here, that'd be cool, so I can actually look at the replay. Or not the party lead, sorry, the lobby.
yeah, sure.
No, it's actually like in the lobby. There's like, there's a difference between or lobby host and party lead. There's like 2 different ones.
Really?
Yeah. If you like right click my name in the middle of the screen.
Yeah, I already promote you to leader, so.
Oh. It's not a big deal. We can just have a look at it this way then. Sometimes it bugs out.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just start it up. Cool. Vermuur limpide.
Yeah.
Cool. So do you only play Zerg, or do you play the other game or other races as well in team games?
I played a few times the other races, but well, yeah. I started with Protoss, like when Wings of Liberty came out, but well, Protosses are powerful, but there is not much fun with them. I don't see much fun in Protoss. Just like you just make a big ball and attack through the whole map.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I started Zergs because I saw Jaden in few tournaments, and I said, okay, it sounds like I would have fun with this race. And I also played a Brood War with a lot of Zerg. So,
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. No,
But-
I've never actually seen any kind of like well, I've never understood like high level Brood War very well. I know that Jaden was considered like a god in there.
Yeah, pretty much. I was playing Brood War last weekend in LAN party, and like it's totally different game.
Yeah.
Like so much.
Just the fact that you can only select 12 units or whatever it is,
Yes,
it's,
yeah,
like, it's like a massive difference. Alright, cool. So if I understand correctly, you're going for that same opener in this matchup as well, right?
Yeah,
So like 15
usually.
pool, 15 hatch or whatever.
14 pool, 15 hedge, yeah.
Alright, cool, yeah. Pretty much the same thing. Yeah, so I'm assuming your opponent, since it's ZVZ, he's gonna cheese you. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, that's what I also think. But when I saw that he's going to second hedge, the natural,
Mm-hmm.
I said, okay, it would be fine, but then he just cheesed me.
Yeah. Yeah, that happens a lot in Zerg vs Zerg. A lot of the time in ZVZ you use the natural anyway, even if it's just for larva. Just to attack, you know? So it's pretty common to still go for a cheese here. We have Terran music here, that's interesting. Cool. So far it's looking actually really nice. It's just about the scouting here. So right here you see, okay, there's gonna be a hatchery down right there, and you will be able to get it to safety in time as well. So that's actually looking really nice so far.
Yeah.
What I really would like to see though at this point, at the very least, is like have a these Zerglings that you made right there. If you could pause it for a second.
Mhm.
These Zerglings that you made here to wait, those are your Zerglings, right? Yeah. To run these Zerglings around a little bit in his base and try and see what is going on. I think that would be already really useful. But yeah, it's not absolutely mandatory, but it's just a nice little way of making this a little easier.
Yeah, I see. Uh-huh.
And since you were asking about scouting, like having the Zerglings at this timing is absolutely spot on. Like it's really, really good. You just need probably to move them up a little bit more, but fair enough. Okay, so I'm assuming he's gonna, yeah. So if you would have would have moved up right now, you would have probably seen a couple of the Zerglings and whatnot, which is a pretty big tell. Your build is looking really solid though. Okay. It's actually really nice so far. Okay. So do you end up making roaches as soon as you see them?
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, Roach Burn is made just now.
Yeah. So we have a lot of larvae here, and we have a lot of. Oh, that's a little unfortunate. Okay, sorry. Could we go back a little bit until like 6.5 or something, or like 6? Because I think you actually had everything ready here to defend. Because you had the roach warren, and you had the minerals and the gas as well. Or actually, the roach warren is just about to finish up right now. Yeah. So I think you could have made like a big group of roaches right here. You have like a lot of minerals and gas for it. It's like perfect. Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, I see. The thing
Sorry for
is,
it.
I didn't expect it that he will go to the main. I thought he will like focus on the natural. That was first mistake. And the second mistake, I was trying to like group the drones together in the hole. I saw the video from Jacatech, I guess, where he was telling how to properly defend this kind of run-bys. But Yeah, yeah. It didn't end up well.
Yeah. I think the easiest thing to do, which you probably would have been best off doing in this scenario, because right here you lose a little bit too much, right?
Yeah,
So it's really
yeah,
hard to come
exactly.
back. Yeah, if you could move it back a little bit more, like right before he moves in. Yeah, if you pulse it right, oh, well, a little bit before this, before the first queen goes down. So, you saw that he was moving out with this overload, right? I don't know if you actually noticed it on the minimap.
Yeah, yeah, I saw that.
Okay, yeah. I think the easiest way to defend this would be to put the queens on the ramp. So if you get the 2 queens from the natural and you put them on the ramp on hold position, he won't even be able to go into your main base. And at that point you have like a lot of time to make the roaches as well.
Yeah, yeah.
I think the main reason why that is kind of tricky is because you don't actually hotkey the queens. I don't know if you do that on purpose or if you have like a reason for it. But yeah, like do you usually end up hotkeying your queens later on into the game, or do you prefer not to have them hotkeyed at all?
No, I don't hotkey them. I'm using the groups for the each hatchery. Like the 3 is for all hatcheries, and the next numbers are for each hatchery. So yeah, it's sort of like the camera settings, but inside the groups.
Okay, yeah, I think that would be a nice change up, or at the very least to give it a try and see how you like that. For example, maybe like use hotkey, but you don't even need it in the later part of the game, to be honest. It's only early on. So maybe like use hotkey 2 or hotkey 6 or whatever for your queens. So have like a separate hotkey where you put all of your queens on.
Yeah.
And I would do that in every single matchup, because like, let's say you put them on hotkey 6, right? You can actually like hit 6 and just move them all on the ramp together and hold position really quickly. Whereas if you like have to like click them, it takes a little bit more time. So I think it would be easiest if you put the queens on a single hotkey and then like move them on the ramp when you see these sort of move outs. Because other than that, like your build order and like the macro and the amount of drones you make and whatnot is really, really spot on. It's just that they got in the main base. If they wouldn't have gotten there, the spine crawler would have done a lot of damage and you would have followed it up with a lot of roaches. So I think that would honestly be the easiest way of dealing with it. And that's like true versus Terran as well when they go for Hellions, and for Zerglings, obviously for Zerglings it's very, very common. But do you understand what I mean with putting the queens on the ramp?
Sure, exactly. I was thinking about it in the game, but I was thinking about the ramp which is to the natural. And there is no creep, and it's so like huge, so you cannot like block it with buildings and stuff. So yeah, it didn't, like, I didn't think about it to move the queens there. That would help definitely a lot.
Yeah. I think that would be the easiest fix at the very least. Because like if you put the queens on the ramp, like in the little ramp right here, they can handle like, I don't know, like 20 Zerglings or something like that. Maybe a little less, but they can handle a lot. So I think that that would help you out the most at the very least right here. So I'll just write it down and just give it a try and just see how it, how it works out for you. And if you don't like it, you don't like it. But
okay.
I would definitely recommend it. So I believe we're doing coaching in 2 weeks in between, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's the 1st of July. Wow, and the 15th of July. That's crazy. That's July already. Okay, whatever. So first thing I would do is put the queens on a hotkey and hold position on ramp on the ramp when there are run-bys. I think that would be yeah, it is not something you can't execute, you can easily do that.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so someone in the chat is asking why not make a baneling nest. It's because we actually decided to go for a gases opener right here. So baneling nest is a bit tricky, and the roach warren and the gases were really properly timed. But I think putting the queens on the ramp would be really easy, or really, really straightforward. One thing you can try and incorporate as well, if you if it happens as often as you are mentioning it is, like if you see cheese every game almost, just go for like a blind second spine crawler. You know how you make one spine crawler right there? You can just go for a second one. And if you have 2 spine crawlers in the natural and like queens on the ramp, there's no way like that base is gonna go down.
Okay.
So that's just something to try out. So if like the cheese haven't, so would you say it happens like more than half of your games?
Oh, sure.
Okay, yeah. So go for a blind second spine crawler. Like, that's not like the perfect way of playing, but at the very least it will like help you work on a macro aspect, you know? Alright, yeah, so right now, yeah, let's just unpulse it, but I'm assuming he will be able to get into the main and it will hurt.
Yeah.
Well, I know he gets into the main, but I don't know if it's game over then.
Yeah, pretty much, because he just makes more lanes and yeah, I'm GG out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, so you see what he uses the hatchery for? He just uses it for injects and not actually for mining.
Yeah.
So I think the easiest way to defend this, like what you're doing right here. Well, they almost were on the run. I still think you could have held it right there, though. I think, like, you know, when the queens move down, I think you could have still held position right there. It would have been fine. But yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so fair enough. I think the easiest way is just to put the queens on a hotkey. That's the main thing. And have them ready for that ramp, exactly. And then if you notice it a lot, just go for the second spine crawler. Alright. Cool. Yeah, do you have another replay? Or you had that replay against Mac that you mentioned, right?
Yeah, I have the one against Mike.
Alright, let's have a look.
What was the thing? I can give you the...
Yeah, you can give me the host in-game. You know where it says, like, participants at the top?
Yeah.
And if you, like, right-click my name right there, it says, like, promote to lobby host.
Yeah, why it's not on your icon?
I have no idea. I don't know. Oh, there we go. Hey.
Yeah, it's only in the participants, but not
Yeah.
icon.
Bet on it, man. Bet on it. People have been asking this for a long time. Makes no sense. Alright, so this is a Terran that goes from mech, right?
Yep.
Dirty Terrans.
I usually struggle a lot against mech, like from the beginning, but this is quite longer game. I was switched to Mudas in the game, and it works fine, but then he got just like, I don't know, 3 doors, and Mudas are completely wrecked.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Alright, so do you play like Mudaling Bane in this game, or do you play like Roach into Mudas, or what's the... What
Yeah,
is it?
Roach into Muda, and then back to Roach, and well, it didn't work.
Okay, yeah. Do you know about magic boxing? Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Alright, we can have a look at that as well. It's basically like a little micro trick that allows you to not lose your Mudas to Thors as easily. So basically it makes it that splash damage of Thors is neglected for the most part. So it's basically like you spread out the Mudas. And you can like force them to stay spread out like that. But we can have a look at that afterwards.
Okay.
It's also good against Archons and whatnot. But we'll look at a custom game so you can actually try and practice it.
I don't play Mudas a lot. I usually forget to create the spire.
Yeah.
I saw in some of our coaching to make the spire at 11 minutes, like at least. So I'm trying to hold on it, but yeah, I'm not good to remembering things during the play. I will always forget something. So,
okay, yeah. No, I know what you mean. That's fair enough though. Yeah, Mudas are really fun. They're especially good in 2v2s, I know. At least like a little bit. Whoa. Okay, hold on. I think that's a little bit of too much of overreaction there. So whenever you pull drones, okay, whenever you pull like drones off of minerals, you usually want to try and have that for as like little amounts of time as possible. The idea behind it is like a drone mines for about a mineral a second. So if you have like 16 workers not mining for about 20 seconds or 10 seconds or 5 seconds or whatever, it like piles up really quickly. That said, like usually the way you defend Reapers... Wait, where's the Reaper? Oh, it's right there. Usually the way you defend the Reaper is by leaving the Queen in the main base for a little bit longer. So usually you don't move this queen down until like after the Reaper is gone. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, I know that the second queen is like, I don't know, 15 seconds to the finish.
Mm-hmm.
So I moved them to natural to like don't lose any of them, and yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Then,
No, it's not like the worst thing in the world, but it's just unnecessary, you know. Like if you left the queen here for a little longer, you would have been fine. You can just move that one down when you see this queen finishing up.
Yep.
Yeah, so defending against Reapers is a little tricky. And also if you have a couple Zerglings out, obviously you can use those too. But that's fine though.
Yeah, whenever I'm using Zerglings against the Reaper, like they are super slow against him, so yeah, usually the queens are okay. The lanes are, until you have the speed, it's super hard to catch them. So
yeah, yeah. A little trick you can try and use when defending against Reapers and queens is to try and never go off creep. So like let's say you're like tracing a Reaper right there with a couple of Zerglings. As soon as he like goes off creep, just pull the Zerglings back again. That's like a little trick you can try and use, and basically what happens is, at the very least, he's not killing workers, which is the goal, right? Like you don't want him to kill workers. So like defend against Reapers with a queen in each base and Zerglings. And whenever the Reaper goes off creep, move back. So that's like it's a pretty easy way to remember it. So basically, as soon as you see him leave creep, just go back. And when he gets back onto it, you can attack, move again, and then as he leave creeps, just go back. It's a little easier to remember. Other than that, we're gonna make drones. I like this a lot of drones. And actually, you still reached plenty of supply there as well. So spine crawler, good.
yeah, because usually it's not only one Reaper. Like I have a game when guy made like 20 Reapers against me. Ooh.
20 Reapers?
Yeah, and then he transitions to Mac, and like, yeah, it was one of the bad games.
Yeah. Nah, it's okay if you make a spine crawler. I actually thought you were going for the spine crawler because he wasn't going for a natural. But I feel like this is fair enough as well. Like, it's not that big of a deal to spend those extra minerals right now on the spine crawler. Like, if it at least keeps you safe for a little bit longer, you know?
Yeah, and then I thought that when I will make a roll up, I can move it there, so yeah, it will make sense in the long game.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You know, like, it's not something you see at, like, the highest level of play, but it could keep you safe against Hellions and against Reapers as well, and then, like, Marine drops later on, so... yeah, as long as this, like, makes you transition towards the middle part of the game, which is where you say yourself, like, you're stronger, this is all fine. Like, you don't have to worry about that too much. And at least, like, it doesn't make you scared to make a lot of drones, right? You make a lot of drones, it's good. Alright. Okay, there we go. I was wondering when the lair would go down. Fair enough.
Yeah, sometimes forget to make her
Yeah.
so focused on everything that...
Yeah, I know what you mean. Oh, well there you go. Fair enough. So that was actually a pretty reasonable response. Obviously, the lack of Zergling speed doesn't help. But that's all fine. And actually, like, what you're doing right here is solid. Although the roaches are a little late, it's all good. So the main goal, okay, like the main goal what you usually try and do is just make a fuck ton of drones, and that's at the very least what's happening. I hope you're gonna go back to droning right now though, because we do have a lot of roaches already. There's not much the Terran will really be able to do right here. Yeah, so you do go back to droning right now. I think you could have probably gotten away with a little bit more, but fair enough. And your spending skill is actually pretty solid. Exactly like GG Tracker says. Like you're not really ever going over like 100 minerals here. Like
Yeah,
200
yeah.
is the most. So that's good.
That's the thing that like when I have to transition to something, I don't have enough minerals or gas usually. So yeah,
Yeah, that's good.
it takes me a lot of time then. So if I fail with like the first push or whatever, then it's hard to transition to something else because I do not pile up a lot of minerals or gas to like make a ton of new gas or whatever. So
Yeah, that makes sense. So you're actually scouting around here as well. That's really, really good. Did you already realize at this point that it's gonna be mech or?
yeah,
Okay, cool. Yeah.
yeah, I saw the Hellions and the siege.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you saw a lot of factories here as well. I don't know if you saw the armories. Usually if you see an armory and you see like more than one factory with a tech lab, you can just assume that it's going to be mech. Is this actually a custom game or no?
No, it's ladder game.
Wow, I didn't know there was a logo right there. It says KTV map for me. You see that as well?
Huh? Yeah.
It's like in the... I've never seen that before. I have no idea. Alright, but fair enough. So, I like the fact you're going for a third base here. And I'm assuming you're going to move out. There we go. Very good. Very good timings. Although there's siege tanks. The siege tanks are scary.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I think you could have done a little bit more damage right there, but... Yeah, he does have quite a lot right now. It's just going for the third base here and sitting back is also fine. So, right now you decide to go home, and I actually really like the decision making you've done so far. So, what is like the plan right now? Like, what is going through your head when you're at this point in the game?
That I have to counter the mech somehow, but yeah, that's the point. I don't know how. I think I will start the Spire soon. I guess. I'm not sure. Yeah, that should be the time. I will start the Spire and try to put some mutas with it. With the roaches.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. I think mutas are a pretty good option. It's just that Terran players have so many good options to counter mutas that it's usually a little scary.
Yeah, but he has like Hellions, Hellbats, and Sieges, so like that's perfect against them. There is no Marine or whatever.
Yeah. So I like the decision of it, but it's just that like if he's making siege tanks, he can also make Thors, right? And that's where things get a little scary. Like if he starts making Thors, he can just counter mutas really easily. So I would probably say that it's a little bit safer. It's not that mutas are a bad choice though, but we can go over that micro little trick that I just talked about in a little bit. I think it would be better though to like transition towards something like Roach Hydra Viper, and go from there. Just because Blinding Cloud is so good against siege tanks, and I feel like practicing Roach Hydra Viper is just better in most games, you know.
Yeah.
Like it helps out against Protoss as well, and Roaches and Hydras are just really easy together. So, what I would probably recommend doing in this scenario, like right here, is to drone up that third base. And in the meantime, start your Hydra den and your Infestation Pit. And tack up towards the Hive and start up the upgrades and whatnot. That's at least what I would do if I were you. Yeah, just start getting an army that can actually beat this. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Cool.
I think I was trying to do something like that.
Okay.
We will see.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm just trying to say like, try out Roach Hydra Viper a bunch more. It's usually good against pretty much everything. Alright, so there we go, the Hydra then, and the Infestation, or the Spire. Cool. Yeah. So I think you could get away with a lot of drones here. Like a lot of drones.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know, like in this point of the game, I don't know how many drones I can make to be safe. Like, I have no idea if he can like crush me with the siege hellbat thing, or if I'm safe or whatever. Yeah, that's what I don't know.
Okay, so usually just to give you a well, what you're doing right here is perfect actually. If you're not sure, just do some scouting. The general idea of mech is that they won't move out until they have a really big army. Okay, so that's that's just sort of an assumption you can make. At the very least, like mech becomes stronger the more unit it has. So usually Terran players just try and get like a really big army up before they do anything else. So usually you can assume that he's not moving out yet. But what you're doing right here is actually really good, because you can see like when he's moving out, right? So
Yes.
I think in the meantime, instead of making army here, I think you're perfectly safe to make a lot of drones for the third base. Just knowing he plays mech and that he's likely not going to move out for a lot of while. So it's an assumption to make, and to check that assumption, you can do scouting exactly like you're doing here. So actually, yeah, I think you're actually following this up perfectly. It's just that you could have gotten away with drones instead of like the Hydralisk and the roaches there, but it's all good though. It's all minor things, really. Yeah, so here the mutas come out. Yeah, so you see, like, he's not... Well, he may actually do a little bit moving out, but usually it's not too much. He really does not have any anti-air at all. He's adding on Vikings right now, but... So right now you see that he's moving, right? Or at least, like, you get a glimpse of his army.
Yep.
At this point, you can totally go ahead and make, like, a really big army. And you should actually be able to max out right now before he, like, gets on your side of the map.
Yeah, I'm just trying to position myself a bit and catch him off guard or surround him or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just that, like, Roach Hydra Viper, I think, would have been... like, you could have had Vipers out by 14-ish minutes. And I think Vipers would have completely dominated this, but... yeah. Yeah, so I think it's better to, like, have a bit more of a plan in mind, but... Right now it's a little bit too passive, I think. And a general good guideline as well for Zerg is, like, if you see him take the third base, you can go ahead and go take your fourth base. That's, like, sort of something you can try and do as well. So you did scout perfectly that he took the third base, or at least you saw the command center with the changeling. Usually that's like a good indication to go for a fourth base as well. And that's true versus Zerg, or versus Terran and versus Protoss. So try and go for a fourth base when you see them take the third. It's actually a pretty good fight here. Yeah. Yeah, I think the mutas weren't that great of an addition here. I think the mutas are a little bit too much to lose. It's just a bit too expensive to make. Nice target firing. Yeah, I honestly think that the main thing right here was mostly like the army composition that you went for. I think you would have been really well off going for Roach Hydra instead. Like, I think if you would have gone for pure Roach Hydra at that fight right there, you would have probably just won right there. But yeah. Yeah, right now he's gonna have a fort base, which is really, really difficult. Yeah, so I would actually say try and not go for mutas too often, but just try and go for Roach Hydra instead. It's just safer all round. So yeah, transition from roaches to Roach Hydra Viper. Other than that, it's actually really well played. Like, your macro is pretty much still spot on. It's just that he has too many bases right now to really stop him. Yeah, so there's not like one thing in particular. That's kind of funny. I would just say it's mostly the lack of Hydralisk and well, you know, we had a did we have a couple of Hydralisk? Yeah, we did have a couple of Hydralisk, but yeah. Wow. Well, that's a good fight. GG. Wow, that's actually a really, really, really good fight. That's pretty crazy. And I like the drone as a follow-up as well. Wow, okay. Yeah, he still has that fort base. I think that's the main thing. Yeah, that's just the scary bit right here. That was a beautiful engagement right there, though. Yeah, it's just like if you look at income, he's just gonna have too much, you know. Like he has 77 workers, and you have 42. That's like the main thing. Yeah, so I would recommend, as a conclusion for this game, I would recommend going for Roach Hydra Viper as a response to this, instead of Mutalisks, because Mutalisks are just too risky to play against this. So have you ever played with Vipers before?
Well, like once or twice, because usually I don't get to game which is too long to like put out the Vipers. So yeah, not much.
Okay, yeah. What we can do is just
yeah, this is hilarious. He has like nothing against the air, like totally nothing.
So now he adds on Thors? No, he doesn't even go for Thors. Why is he not going home? Go home, Terran player.
I have no idea.
Yeah, he forces you away there. Yeah, so finally he makes Thors. Okay. Okay. So, this is actually turning out to be a really wonky game here, but he just will. Oh my god, so much Terran.
Yeah, exactly.
That disappeared.
He's maxed out and I have like 60 army values. So.
Alright, yeah. So, there's kind of like two things I want to try and show you. It's like, first off, the magic box thing that I talked about, when you end up going for mutas in some scenarios, like sometimes it does happen. And then like, microing Vipers as well. So what we can do, actually, could you give me the party lead? That would probably be easiest. What we can do is just like test it out in this custom game. Well, if you've seen any of the recent coaching, you've seen I've been using that quite a bunch.
Yep.
Cool. There's a couple people asking if they want to help out. Cool. All right. Cool. Yeah, you've seen this custom map before then, right?
Yeah.
So the first thing I want to try and show is Mutalisk versus Thors. They are kind of weird, but it makes like microing against them a lot easier. So what you ended up doing in that game was mostly focusing on like you know, just basically A moving into the Thors.
Yep.
We go for, I don't know, like 5 Thors and how many mutas? Would that be reasonable? Okay, maybe. Okay, this many Thors and that many mutas, right? Well, okay. So if you just have them like fight together, if they just fight like this, how do you fight? Attack. If they just attack like this, the Thors will win every time. Because the mutas clump up and, you know, they get absolutely wrecked.
Yeah.
So the idea of like doing this is that you have the mutas. Can you see the mutas, by the way?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I will first like show you like what the goal is, and then I will try and explain what it is. Okay, so what we want to try and do is engage these units the same way as we did just now, except that we want to have them just like this. And basically what happens is that the Thors don't deal the splash damage, and the mutas don't die like super quickly. And I think I may actually even win this fight.
Yeah, I see.
That's basically what you're looking for. So that's like a massive difference. And the way you can do that, well, it actually was pretty, was pretty crazy. The way you can do that, it's pretty straightforward. It's called magic boxing. And what happens is that basically when you select all the mutas, if you imagine like, if you see the mutas like this, right? If you imagine the outer lines of the mutalist clump to be like part of a box. So you can basically like put a or like a rectangle around the mutalist.
Yeah.
If I click inside of that box, the mutas will do that. They will like start moving in like that, and they will start clumping up together. However, if they're like all spread out like this, and I click outside of the box, the mutas will stay in this formation.
Yeah.
So the basic idea is that you want to try and never click inside of the box. So as soon as I do that, like the mutas immediately clump up. And that's like where things really get messed up. So usually to unclump them, what you do is hit the stop key, which is for me W. So you basically just hit stop. And then you can fly them around again. So as long as you don't click in the middle part of it, it's all fine. How many meters is this? 30. So basically what you want to do when you attack into Thors is that you want to attack or a move command behind them. So right now I'm move commanding right there. And then as soon as I'm on top of the Thors, I attack move. So instead of like attack moving straight onto them, you basically move command until they're in the position you want them in, and then you attack move.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's basically the main thing about this.
But this will work only if they are in separate control group, right?
Yep. So that's the issue. That's the problem. Anyways, it's a good skill to have anyway, and can actually try and switch. How does this work? All right, there we go. So you can actually try and control it right now. So yeah, just test it out for a little bit and see what happens. So you should be able to control the mutas, I think.
No.
No? Oh, what the heck?
Nope.
Can you control the Thors?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. How many Thors is that? That is 2, 4, 6, 7 Thors. Okay. Right now I will give you and go up against 7 Thors. There we go. Okay, this should work. Alright, there we go. So you see, like, if you click inside of the group of Mutalisk, they start clumping up.
Yeah.
So if you hit the stop key right now, they will start, like, flooding out together again. And if you, like, move them around by not clicking inside of the box, they will stay that way.
Oh, yeah.
So basically, yeah, that's the goal. So basically what you want to try and do is attack move over the Thors, or like move over the Thors and then attack move. Poof. Exactly. So yeah, that's just a little trick, but it should make fights like that much easier.
That's great. Yeah.
And that also goes for if I do the same thing again. And that also goes for Archons. So I don't know exactly how many Archons you could take, but so like normally if you would fight right here, if you would just attack move without controlling, the Archons will absolutely dominate this. And they might still actually win as well, even if you magic box. Well, let's see. I may have a little bit too little here, but alright, fair enough. We'll add like a couple more. Oh shit. Well, whatever. You get the idea. The same idea works. So that's like something to keep in mind when you fight in Muta versus Thor or Muta versus Archon. The other thing I wanted to discuss as well is Roach Hydra Viper. And I just want to go over the way to micro that. So let's create, I don't know, a bunch of roaches, a bunch of hydras, and then like 3 vipers. And I will create, I don't know, 1 Thor. There you go. So the basic idea of like this army composition is that you have the roaches and hydralisk on one control group, and then have the vipers on the other control group. So I would recommend hotkey 1 for Roach Hydra, and then hotkey 2 for Vipers.
Yep.
I think you can control them, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you don't have any upgrades right now. Hold on, let me actually get some upgrades as well. It'll make a lot more sense. So, Roach speed, Hydra ranged, Hydra speed. Okay, there we go. So what you usually want to do, so first off you want to have the units in the same hotkey group. So Roach Hydra on one hotkey, and then the Vipers on the other hotkey. What the hell? You didn't get the upgrades? Oh. But another thing you want to try and have your Roaches in the front and your Hydras in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how to like do that easily, or? Yeah, exactly. So like try and keep that formation up. Now as far as the Vipers go, obviously if you want a Blinding Cloud, you just use the Blinding Cloud. It's pretty easy. That's usually what you will do against mech. So if you're up against a bunch of siege tanks, that's what your goal is. Well, there you go. And now you can just fight.
Oh, it's quite good distance of the Blinding Cloud.
Yeah, exactly. Same for Abduct. Like if you try the other ability. There you go. Now we can actually try the same thing, I suppose. Except I will actually give you upgrades this time. And I will like play a bunch of Terran units here. I don't know. I have no idea what normal is, but
like siege, Hellbat.
Bunch of siege tanks. And a bunch of Hellbats. So I'm just going for like even cost or whatever. Is this even? I have no idea.
Yeah.
That sounds about right. So, if you would fight, like, just try and fight here without the Hellbat, or without the Viper, and just attack move into the siege tanks. I mean, this fight should be really ugly.
Yeah.
Alright, so if we do that same thing again, but this time you Blinding Cloud the siege tanks. So basically you want to put down a couple. It actually stacks on multiple. So if you move in with the Blinding Cloud, and then you do want to have the Roach Hydra pretty close by, yeah. Okay. So you want to try and put it on the siege tanks mostly. There we go. So you can see like right now, half of the siege tanks, or most of the siege tanks aren't fighting. You're gonna have to refresh it at some point as well. There you go. Well, this may still be a little bit too much Terran, but... well, there you go. It actually does work out beautifully. One thing to note about Blinding Cloud, actually, is that it does also affect your own units.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to make sure, you know, that you that you don't stand in your own Blinding Cloud. But yeah, that's the basic idea right there. So that's actually very good. It's actually very, very nice. Now let's try and do that once more, but this time with the Roaches in the front. Okay, because now the Hydras were actually dying a little bit too soon.
How many Blinding Clouds I can make with one full energy Viper?
2 if I'm not mistaken.
2, yep.
Yeah. I think it's 100 energy each or something.
Yep.
So if I clump them up like this, I think you only need to put down 2 Blinding Clouds. And that's usually, like at least this is in Silver League, how most Terrans will siege up their siege tanks. So you can literally just Blinding Cloud with like 2 Blinding Clouds. And like have a look at that. The distance is what you can push right now. Oh. Alright, let's try that again. Let's try that again.
I mess up my hotkeys.
Yeah, it's gonna be really weird at first, but after a little while it'll be much easier. So basically you want to have them move together. So basically you hit 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, right click, 1, 2, right click. And then, exactly. Attack move with the Roaches, put in with the Blinding Clouds. There we go, that's it. And try and not like spam the Blinding Cloud, exactly like you're doing right now. And just like pace it, you know, like, well, just like this, perfect. Just have to refresh the ones in the back. Yeah, right. So right now you're accidentally killing your own unit.
Oh, yeah.
But, that's the goal. That's the goal. Okay, so let's try that like 3 more times and then we'll jump into a game.
Alright.
So this time around I'm going to spread it out a little bit more. So it's going to be a little trickier. Alright. So try and lead with the Vipers if you can. Very good. So you have still a Blinding Cloud remaining. You might have to refresh it soon. There we go. Very nice. Oh yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. It's actually not a bad push deck. Not a bad pushback. All right, once more. Or actually, no, twice more. So you always want to have like try and have a look at what the Terran is looking like, and position your army accordingly. Okay. Do want to make sure you try and touch the siege tanks. There we go. Very good. And yeah, just play like 5,000 games, and at some point you'll do it perfect.
Yeah.
All right. So once more, I'm gonna like spread this one out extremely well, or at least try to. Just to make it like nearly unrealistic. This is not something you will see in Silver League, but yeah. Just try and win this one as well. So that means you will have to like split up your army or like spread it out a little bit more as well, I think. There we go, perfect. So Blinding Cloud, boom. Yeah, so sometimes in some scenarios you may be better off with abducts, and sometimes you will be better off with well, you know, these other units.
I see.
And I think that's the only thing I really wanted to yeah, the only things I really wanted to discuss. I don't know if you have any other micro issues that you ran in yourself or something that you would like to try out.
I don't think.
Okay.
Yeah, this will definitely help against like mech, like 4,000 times.
Yeah, that's good. That's good though. All right, let's just try it out once more in a different kind of terrain. So let's say you want to like try and break a Terran player. This is not something I would recommend doing, but just in case, I would not recommend fighting into a Terran player. But just in case you want to fight like this. So basically you want to have a look at how I got my stuff positioned. So you probably want one Blinding Cloud on top of the ramp and then like 2 behind. And just try and engage it like this as well.
I don't have energy on the...
Oh wait, that's a bug of this custom map we have. Well, that's you see what then happens. Alright. Hold on, energy. Does I give you? Yeah, there we go. Okay. Oh, hold on, I actually still need to position.
What? What's going on? Oh.
Yeah, I clicked the wrong button. Hold on, I'm stuck on my own ramp. Alright. Okay. So, yeah, just look at the position of my units and then go from there. Very good. Yeah, so you can see what happens when you fight into a choke though, like it sucks. So that's why I said I wouldn't recommend it, but as a practice thing it's good. One thing we can try and have a look at as well is microing against Protoss, although I don't know what you usually see versus Protoss.
Like, usually you see Colossus. When I see Colossus I use Corruptors usually. They works. Well, Corruptors have only one like purpose in the whole game, and it's attack Colossus. Like,
yeah.
Otherwise, they are completely for, I don't know what other reason I would do Colossus for, because they are completely like bad unit.
You see them sometimes if you switch into like Brute Lords later on.
Yeah, sure, to have some there, but
Yeah, what I would probably recommend doing as well is like go for Vipers versus Protoss too. And versus Vipers, you want to try and use Abduct more often. So usually you go for abducting the Colossus.
Yeah, but it's sort of like micro heavy a bit.
Uh-huh.
The Corruptors works okay, just like a move to Colossus and it works usually. But yeah, I see.
Yeah, what we can do, we can practice it if you want to. It's up to you. If you feel comfortable with Corruptors, that's fine too.
Yeah, I guess it works in like Silver and Gold, I think so.
Okay, yeah. So just try out the Vipers mainly against Terran, and yeah, make sure you practice that double hotkeying as well. Like having 2 different hotkeys for an army is already so much different than having 1 hotkey for an army.
Yeah, one thing I would like to talk about is like I saw in the stream yesterday that you like super easily split the army into 2 groups. Like whenever you need to make better composition, like the positioning, I mean, you like make 2 control rooms super fast, and I have no idea how are you doing that.
So, what matchup do you mean right here? Like, what game was that? Do you remember
Like,
by any chance?
I don't know. I think it was against Terran, or yeah, I'm not sure. You just like whenever you are positioning your army, you are splitting them pretty fast.
Okay.
Like, you know how to make like small groups of them and position them correctly, and still have them in 1 or 2 groups, control groups.
The way I do that versus Terran, I guess the easiest way is to just show you. Hold on, how do I do this? I don't do anything magical though. It's just it's just clicking. But so usually if I have like a bunch of Mutas, a bunch of Zerglings, and a bunch of Banelings, usually how I end up hotkeying it is by having the Banelings and the Zerglings on 1 hotkey group, and then having the Mutas on 1 hotkey group as well. Yeah. The only tricky thing about this is that I try and like split things up like that. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
So usually what you do is just like you box around them. So usually what you try and do is basically like split half in half and then like quarter it, you know? It's like dicing food, you know? You want to try and like basically half it first and then half the half that you have and like split it in different angles. It's not yeah, there's no rocket science, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I see.
It's really quite useful for roaches as well. I could actually just have you try that, I suppose. If you go for roaches. If we go on another map, I don't know, like choke. Wow, what is this? No. Can I have a normal what? No, this is unrealistic. Can we have another kind of choke?
Like the arena, I guess.
Arena?
Yeah, that's the regular one.
Oh no. Well, I guess, yeah, okay, I guess it works as well. So, I don't actually mean to fight here. So if you want to do the same thing, usually you control click Hydras, put them in the back. Control click Roaches, put them in the front.
Oh,
yeah. So yeah, it's a fast clicking. Oh, thanks. No. Hold on. We need to change the terrain. Pass. That sounds about. Yeah, there we go. That works. All right. So you want to try and control click the Roaches, put them in the front. Control click the Hydras, put them in the back.
Yeah.
And then basically box the units in separate little groups. Exactly. So that's exactly it. There's no magical things, I'm afraid. It's just about like setting up the compositions and the way you want that fight to go. So if you know, for example, if we reset this one, I suppose, and like clear it. I don't know. How do we clear? Clear. Where is it?
Reset, probably.
Am I blind? No, reset doesn't do anything.
No.
Wait. Oh, there we go. Can't clear there. Okay. So let's say it's like Zerg versus Zerg, right? And you have a couple of these. Okay. So usually what you want to try and do, if I fight just like this, it will not be very useful. Okay, so I will set you up like the concave that we were talking about. So basically you want to have the units like spread out in like a sort of arc. You know what I mean with that?
Yeah, yeah.
So usually you want to try and have like your roaches in front, hydras in the back. And then like spread them out like this. And then right now, if you would attack move into me, I will easily win this fight. Well, I don't know if it's going to be easy, but yeah, if you do it like this, it will be easy. So basically, I'm trying to make sure that all of my units are firing at all times.
Yeah.
And it's just sort of like, the easiest way I can try and explain it is by trying to imagine how the fight will go before the fight. And it's kind of a weird thing to say, but it like basically means that you try and focus on the way you have your army positioned and the way you want your army positioned when they are fighting. So if you try and set up something similar like that as well, I will try and fight like in that concave too. So basically you set up sort of an arc. Exactly. So right now if I I walk in here and I'm just gonna like attack move right here. You can see the difference it makes. Like my units in the back are like walking around the whole bunch, whereas your units are all firing right from the beginning.
Yeah.
One thing in Zerg vs Zerg specific is to not be over microing either. Like whenever you move the army forward, it actually loses you a couple of shots. So I think the initial fund right there was really big. But over microing in ZVZ is definitely a thing as well. So
yeah, it works for roaches.
Yeah. For roaches alone it works, but for hydras, like if you see how fast the hydra shoots versus like how fast the roach shoots, it makes a big difference. Like microing hydras like that is pretty difficult. Like you would have to do it. You would have to like do it nearly perfect. If I try and like do it on your unit, I'm gonna have to like click so much faster. Whereas with roaches, it's pretty obvious when they're, you know, when they're spitting, and I can go back again. But yeah, exactly. Like try and not like over micro either.
Alright.
And always try and like set up these concaves. If you can find the time to. Like basically when it comes to microing, you never want to micro if you have queen injects to do, or you never want to micro if you have money to spend or any of that. So micro is only like, yeah, important after all of that.
Yeah. When I will start to look into your YouTube videos, I rapidly like increase my spending skill because I prioritize the injects before everything, and it works perfectly. So.
Well, that's good. Yeah, you're not flooding money ever. So yeah. So yeah, I think it's just time to play a game right now. We've done all kinds of fancy microing here.
Okay, if you just give me a sec.
Sure. Cool, guys. So we're gonna need someone to play against. I think Mendoza is still in the game. Let me actually send him an invite. Alright. Cool. Yeah, if you guys have in the chat any questions, just feel free to let me know, and I'll try my best to answer it. I am not really talking too much to the chat because, you know, I'm obviously coaching one-on-one right here, so I don't want to be distracted too much. But I'm having a look at the chat right now, so if you have anything at all. Loco, I just got an email that I can join Legacy of the Void, but how do I do that? You don't have to do anything. You can just go into your StarCraft 2 Battle.net launcher, and it should give you the option. So if I try and show you that right now, basically, it shows you right here, you know where you can select server? It shows you right here, Beta, Legacy of the Void. So that's how that works. You just have to go to your launcher, that's all. Are Vipers ever good in Zerg vs Zerg? Usually the reason why you don't see the Vipers is because they're so expensive to get, and like tacking up to a hive takes too long. But if they are out, you can win fights easily. It's just like getting to that point is very difficult. But if you're in one of the lower leagues especially, it can easily win you the games. When is it actually important to start working on one's micro? I would say micro is not going to be important until like maybe in the middle of Gold League or something. Like it depends. It depends. Like in some scenarios, micro is going to be superior. But if it's just like Roach v Roach or something, just don't look at the micro and just macro. It's just much better. But yeah, it depends.
Yeah, I'm back.
Oh, cool. All right. Yeah, I was wondering if you would, or when you would come back. Not if you would come back. Cool. Oh, guys, there's a lot of people that want to play. Yeah, I just picked Mendoza's right now from the chat. I don't know if you had any kind of particular matchup in mind that you really wanted to have a look at.
Yeah, well, ZZ maybe because I'm playing it like most frequently.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that would be good. Let me actually ask him. Zerg Arena.
I have some gold Zerg if necessary.
Yeah, I got like there's a whole bunch of people in the chat as well. If you want to practice with your friend, that's fine as well.
Well, I can practice with him like anytime. So.
Yeah, it's up to you. Yeah, let's just start with a Silver League, and then if everything goes to plan, we can try the Gold League as well.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have any maps you prefer playing on, or is everything
No.
good? Cool. Someone in the chat is asking, should I continue playing Heart of the Swarm now that I got Legacy of the Void? It's up to you, man. You should try and just have as much fun as possible.
Lucky one.
Wow. PewDiePie just started live streaming. Interesting. You know PewDiePie?
Nope.
He's like the biggest YouTuber.
Oh.
Interesting. Oh well. Alright. So let's just give it a try. So let's just go for that same build. Main differences that we're gonna try and go for is gonna be a hotkey for the queens, and yeah, that's actually the main thing, honestly. And then like putting them to the main, and then obviously we're gonna also go for the double spine.
Okay.
As long as it's not 6 pool.
I just want to say like.
Just check the live stream, guys. If you want to spectate, please just check the live stream. I used to invite spectators, but then people would start lagging, which is the worst.
The live stream is like 10 seconds behind.
I know. It's weird, right? Did you have it unmuted for a second, or?
Yeah. I was looking at it and it's on mute right now.
Yeah. It is a little confusing. Alright. Let's wreck Mendoza's. Yeah, have you had a chance to see any Legacy of the Void yet?
Yeah.
Did you get access yourself, or?
Nope, not yet. Sign in beta, but yeah.
Yeah.
One of my friends has the virtual ticket for BlizzCon, so he's already playing.
Oh, cool. Oh, did they? Yeah, okay. Did they invite that? Cool. Cool.
So now, when I see second Overlord, I know it's not 6 blue, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you see the second Overlord, you know that. Well, it could technically be still be a 6 pool, but if you like see it in like the mirrored location as yours, you know that it's like a 9 Overlord. You know.
Yeah.
So you know where your overlord, where your second overlord is, and you can sort of see where his as well. Oh, well. Looks like he went for a hatchery first.
Yeah, no speed for now.
So you, I teach people the same builds over and over again, so it's like everyone's doing the same build. He's probably also going for the +1/+1 roach speed, I think. Free overlord, nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't forget your own. Don't forget your own overlord. I hate that. Whenever I kill an overlord and then I get supply blocked myself, it's like, it's like the most silly thing. Alright, so try and get into the habit of like hotkeying the queen right away. So like put it on hotkey 2 or whatever. Yeah, there we go. Cool. He really wants to give you overlords.
Does he? Yeah.
Okay, don't forget about the overlord. And the gases. Alright, so I would probably go for like the double spine crawler right now, just in case. Well, actually, you analyzed that he went for no gases in the main base, so you could decide not to. But yeah, just for your default play, exactly. Cool. I like the way you position your first 3 overlords, that's solid. Okay. Yeah, I think the drones and the gas were a little bit late, but it's all fine. Yeah, exactly. Okay, lair, boom. Maybe he's listening. Let's find out. Okay, good. Okay, so whenever you see that you're flooding minerals a lot, you can decide to go for a third base a little faster.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about that.
And you got a bunch of idle workers in the natural as well.
Oops.
There we go.
That makes sense.
Want to start with the rush speed?
I was wondering why there is still same amount of drones even if I made them.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, don't forget about the queen injects though. We definitely do want to have queen injects.
Yeah. Traveling, come on.
It's all fine. Very solid. Yeah, so there's definitely a little room for improvement for the build, but you mentioned that yourself as well, so I'm not going to be nitpicky about that.
Why is the green here?
I think she's on the hotkey.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, and try and minimize the time that you have to move out right here. So you definitely want to try and just hit him in the face right now, else he's just gonna have a little too much stuff. And try and get that money down as well. A couple of overlords, yeah. Oh, just go for the third base. Nice, good decision. Okay, if you can, try and maybe drone up your own third base a little bit. I think you would most benefit from that.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. And now straight back to droning. Or roaches, sorry. Very good. So right now you're basically transitioning towards like a later timing or free roaches.
I don't hear you much right now. Skype is lagging or
Oh.
whatever.
Can you hear me just fine now or?
Nope.
Oh.
Still bad.
Okay, I think it's Skype.
Nope.
Okay, well, let's queen inject. I don't know if you can hear me, but
Yeah.
yeah, try and yeah, well, there you go. Very well played. I think he's waiting for your GG. He says, I don't know why I have to roach. Alright.
I'll try to restart the Skype because, well, it's...
Is it lagging? Yeah. It's fine for me, I can hear you. Alright. I'm not completely sure what that was, why that was lagging. I could hear him just fine. Hello.
Yeah.
Do you hear me now?
Should be better.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I could hear you just fine, so I have no idea what went wrong.
Yeah, maybe it's my connection.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm still live streaming, and I asked people in the chat if it's lagging, and it's looking really solid.
So yeah. I didn't play such easy Zerg versus Zerg yet.
Well, it
No
was just
offense,
pure
no
macro.
offense. None Zerg give me so much space yet. That's what I mean. Like, the guy was not bad, just yeah, that was a lot of space.
Okay, what we can do is just try and ask him if he can play more aggressive, or we can play against your friend and see what happens. It's up to you.
Okay. Yep. Well, depends how much time we have.
Yeah, let's play like one more. Let's play like one more. I actually have to get going in like 10 minutes as well. Or at least dinner should be ready soon. Alright. Alright, I will give you the party lead, and if you could like invite your friend, that'd be cool.
Okay.
Thank you, by the way, Mendoza's, for the game. It's really nice of you. There we go. Zero tone.
Yeah, I don't know if he's listening.
Zero tone. Oh, there we go. You just have to name him off, guys. And it will come. Alright, yeah, you will have to host the lobby as well. Later, Mendoza's. Cool. Alright, so same plan?
Yep.
Same goal.
Well, it's the same goal every game, right?
Well, pretty much. It's the easiest way to improve, I found, at least.
I mean, like, to win.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, there we go. To wreck the opponent, right? Okay. So let's try and poke in a little further. There we go. Oh, well, there we go. Nice. Always good to know.
Okay, 2 links.
Well spotted. So just respond with like 2 links of your own and you're all good.
Yeah, I have the queen on the way, so it should be now.
Yeah, sure. Okay, don't forget about the overlord and the extra queen. Very good. Very good. So try and get into the habit of hotkeying the queens.
Yeah.
Very good. Oh, actually, there's a hatchery on that hotkey, I think, on accident. That's fine.
What?
Like hotkey 2 actually has a hatchery on it. I would put like the 3 queens on it instead.
Yeah, I see.
It's a little different, but yeah. So right now you basically look at the minimap, you see, okay, if anything scary is happening, you can bake double whatever. So this is a good time for the double spine that we talked about.
And should I make them wherever I will make the tech or nature?
I would usually like have them hugging the hatchery, like you're doing right now is really good. Oh well, you see that on the minimap?
Yep.
Well, did you see it without me pointing it out? Alright, so try and put the queens on the ramp. There we go. And make sure that 2 of them are like side by side and on hold position. Okay. So you can actually perfectly wall this off. If you look at the queens real close, you can actually have a little bit more room. There's like a little gap on the side. Okay, you can just move in with the queens as well here. And just try and move them back in time. And hit the transfuse. Ooh. Transfuse, transfuse. Oh. Oh.
Oh yeah.
Just barely didn't get that one. Yeah, it's gonna require a little bit of practice. Okay. So let's like remake that one. And like maybe add on a couple more queens as well. You can see he's still running across the map. Roach Warren's almost done, so you may want to add on a couple roaches as well. There we go. But put the queens on the ramp once more. And you might want to transfuse that super low HP one. The other one.
Come on!
There we go. Alright. Perfect. And then start the roach production. See, this is actually what you're looking for. Well, right now it's obviously a little unfortunate that we lost 2 spine crawlers, but I still think you can hold this. Oh. Didn't have to move the queens yet, but fair enough. Don't attack move with the workers, that's not necessary. Okay, cool. Alright. And now you can try and get back to the plan, so get the workers back to mining and start teching up. And always like try and go back to the original plan right there. Exactly. So lair, evo chambers, roach warren, all that. Exactly. Good job. Oh well. Those should go then back to mining, but it's all fine. Yeah, we're gonna obviously have to remake a bunch of the drones. Very good. Oh, we already have the roach warren, obviously. Okay. Okay. And then back, or also start up the armor upgrade. Yeah, so you can see like we could have obviously transitioned a little faster and we could have defended a little bit better, but everything considered, this is still looking very nice. Okay, we need a couple more drones though. Yeah. Okay, so road speed up. I would be a little careful moving out on the map like this, by the way. Because you don't know really exactly what he has, obviously. Like, if he still has, like, mass speedling, he could actually beat this. So let's just make a lot of roaches here, and wait for +1/+1 on roach speed. And just keep an eye out on the minimap. Yeah, so if you can, move the spine crawlers down as well. Well, I'll just put them right there, yeah. Cool. Alright, obviously if he decides to not move out, you can just move out right when +1/+1 finishes.
Okay.
And basically just get back to the plan that you had, you know? Although he seems to be moving out right now. I don't know if you're noticing on the minimap, but it seems to be that he's moving. Yeah, so you can notice, like, with a little bit more overlord spread, you probably could have seen a little bit more in the middle part of the map. Okay, well, there we go. He pushes right when you have +1/+1. Let's fight. I would just go for his base now, yeah. Yeah, so just go to his side of the map, exactly. Now you can even decide to drone behind it if you want.
Yeah, whenever I will have supplies for that.
Very good. Nice. Alright. It's time to get moving though. I would not wait too long, yeah. Very good. And this attack move. Nice. Okay, don't over micro, don't over micro. And macro behind it. So get as many roaches as you can now. Ooh, do one attack move though. You're move commanding, I think. Ooh, so risky. Good.
Hello, roach friend.
Always nice. Oh, just keep making roaches. I would not attack move on the hatchery, by the way. I would just take his army instead.
Okay.
It's a little risky to attack move on a hatchery, but yeah.
But in the end, it's much better.
Yeah, it's like a risk reward sort of thing, you know. If you're not guaranteed, well, I guess if you're guaranteed of it, it's fine. It's just a bit of a risk. Well done, dude. Cool. Cool. I think the main thing to take away is that you survived early game and then you ruffle stomped. Yeah. Very good, dude. Yeah, do you have any more questions yourself? Because that was actually some nice little progress right there.
Nope, I don't think so. Well, I now have better idea how to survive the early game, and I hope I will play more mid game and late game now. So something will appear for next session.
Yeah, that sounds good, man. That was pretty awesome. Really nice to. Yeah, well, once you get to the mid game, it's just easy, right? It's just surviving it right there is the big thing. And like at first, it's gonna be a little tricky to like put the queens on the ramp and to, you know, get everything in time. But once you get used to it a little bit more, I'm sure you can. Yeah, you can figure it out just fine. If you run into anything, obviously, just let me know.
Yep.
And if you ever replay whatever, just yeah.
I will also try to use the camera hotkeys because well, the control groups works, but yeah, it's not that fast. It might be so.
No, yeah, the difference is that you have to double click and the camera hotkeys is a single click, so it's a little faster.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's not like a major thing, you know. I wouldn't emphasize on it right now, but if you want to give it a try, I would definitely recommend it because it does help out a lot. If you get a little bit more control over it like that. But yeah, thank you very much, man. And just let me know if you run into something.